Good afternoon, Dukes and Duchess of Durtumberland. I hope you are doing well. I am doing amazing as always. The bike build is going to be commencing. But here's a little bonus video. I have got SRAM off for the new bike. I had SRAM AXS Mullet on the Hagar and I have absolutely fallen in love with it. Anyone who knows me well knows that I have a bit of a history with SRAM in that I wasn't a big fan. Had Rival on the Kinesis originally and ended up completely stripping all the SRAM off besides the crankset because I just couldn't get away with it. Anyway, fell in love completely with SRAM AXS. I've got Eagle XX1 on the Hagar, so that is pure bling. Couldn't stretch to that for this build, but I've gone for a SRAM AXS GX Mullet build. So before we put it on the bike, I thought we'd do an unboxing because I had a look online and I couldn't find any unboxing for the SRAM GX AXS Mullet Groupset. So let's do that now. Let's go for it. Okay, let's get into this. So this Groupset I managed to get from Sigma Sports. It was the very last one. Looked everywhere for it because I knew it was out there and wanted it. And yeah, Sigma I've dealt with a few times and they've always been great. So let's have a look, see what's in the box. Okay, right. I think I'll put this on its side so you can have a look in. Lots of SRAM goodies in there. Okay, so let's start taking some of these items out. Start with easy stuff. That's the SRAM AXS charger cradle for the battery and the charger cable. SRAM GX chain. We've got a disc rotor. Should have two of those. Yeah, there's another disc rotor. Both these disc rotors are 160. I'll probably keep these as spare because I have got a wheel set already with SRAM disc rotors on. Those are center lock disc rotors as well. In here we have got our SRAM GX. Yeah, here's our rear mech. This little eTap. Oh, that's a nice little placemat. That's cute. Oh, I'll use that. Cool. Instructions. Yeah, so there's the GX AXS rear mech. That's your mech hanger alignment tool, which I have used before. It's a handy little bit of kit. A little bit of, yeah, I think that's just dust on there. It's definitely not been used. So SRAM GX rear mech. Nice. And here we've got, I have to pop some of these off. Okay. Right, so what we've got in here. All the way up. Okay. So brakes. So these are SRAM AXS brakes. Ah, brilliant. So it does come with spare noodles. I was hoping that would be the case. And it's got all the tools and thingamajigs in there. Excellent. Bolts as well. So yeah, SRAM Rival caliper with a SRAM Rival AXS shifters. Love that little feel. Cool, so that's one of those. I'm guessing that'll be the other one. So I'm not going to bother opening that, but that's the front and rear brake sets. Put those to one side. Okay. So in here we should have, yeah, so this will be the crank set. There we go. It says power ready on there, but I've not got a power meter for this. I don't think it comes with a power meter anyway. Yeah, there we go. That's my SRAM. Oops. Bit greasy on there already, so that's a good sign. I'll have to go and wipe my hands now. But yeah, that's the crank set. So I'm going to pop that over here. out of the way. Top of here. Yeah, that's the battery. So that'll be the battery for the rear mech. That'll go with the charger. And finally, box out of the way, there should be our rear cassette. Again, SRAM GX. Yeah, there we go. So, another dinner plate rear cassette. Grease on my hands again. It's really nice that these have got lube on, a bit of grease on them. 1052 again, exactly the same setup as what I've got on the Hagar at the moment. In fact, just out of interest, I'm going to go and grab the old 1052 Eagle cassette and see how that pairs to the GX. So 2 seconds, I'll go and grab. Okay, so that's my old worn spare Eagle XX1 cassette. Stupid amount of money for one of those. And yeah, you can feel there's a definite weight difference there. This is heavier. I don't know the exact numbers. I'll probably pop them up in the underneath here with a little caption at some point. But yeah, there's a significant difference in weight. I mean, there's probably not that much wear on this. I could probably get away with using that, but no, it's a new cassette. I'm not a weight weenie, not bothered about weights. So yeah, I'm quite happy to stick that on, save a few quid. But yeah, both are 1052. So you can see on there, 1052. The old one was a 1052. So exactly the same ratios, gear ratios. Now, interestingly, let's put that down here. Interestingly, the old crankset that I've got on the Hagar is a 38, and this is a 40. So it's going to be interesting to see how this compares with that 1052 and actually get out and ride on it. But I hope you found that interesting. As I say, I did have a look online, couldn't find anywhere that was given any info on the GX Mullet group set, and there you go. So yeah, you get a 40 tooth crank, which is the rival crank, that's aluminium. I've got a GX 1052 cassette. We've got the SRAM AXS shifters, rival, hydraulic with the AXS shifters on there. We've got a rear derailleur as well. Let's move that over there. We've got rotors. We've got all the bits we need. We've got a chain. We've got all the parts we need for the group brake set. So yeah, that was one thing I was concerned about, is whether, because it does come already fitted, but there are spare barbs in there, because I will have to obviously trim that at some point. Yeah, there's your rear mech as well, and your rear mech alignment tool. Cool. Yeah, well, I hope you find that interesting. As I say, for me, I just thought, there's no videos of this out there, so let's get something done. Anyway, let's crack on. Okay, Dukes and Duchesses of Dirtumberland, it's time to put you out of your misery. I am definitely out of my misery. I hope you are doing well. I am doing amazing, because today is bike build day. So let's just give you a little peek at what we're going to be going with. So we have settled on the Sonda Camino tie. Yep, I went gravel in the end. Much deliberation, but went for this. So it's going to be a mixture of new parts and old parts. We've got a full SRAM GX Mullet build here, all brand new. So that's going to be going on. New bar tape, new pedals. I've got some new rotors there, but I might not fit those yet. Old bottle cages. But yeah, new GX rear mech, GX Eagle, new GX 1052 rear cassette, new rival crankset, which is in a 40 tooth, and rival hydraulic AXS disc shifters. Okay, so that's all the new stuff. New bar tape, of course, new chain, new dub bottom bracket. So the old stuff, we've got obviously new fork, we've got a new Ritchie headset on here, and we've got the old Hope spacers, the old Pro Discover bars and stem, because I really liked these bars, really like these stems. The old Zip wheel sets that have caused me nothing but grief. But anyway, that's another story for another day. At the moment, they are spinning nicely, so that's all that matters. There will be a mix. This wheel set will go between this bike and the Hagar. I've also got the Hunts, which have come off the Kinesis, which have now got an XDR driver on, so they'll be able to be used on this bike as well, and they'll probably be used on this bike most of the time, but for the build for now we're going with this. But anyway, I digress. Brand new frame, brand new forks. These are the Adventure forks. Annoyingly, they didn't come with any bolts here. I think I've got some spare bolts from the Hagar kicking about, so I should be able to fill those in. Yeah, brand new frame. This is an old Hope seat post that was given to me a while ago now, actually. It's a 31.2. So yeah, quite a big seat post. This is a Hope carbon seat post that's gone on here. So that's second hand, brand new seat collar. My old faithful purple and black fabric saddle has gone on here because that's very comfortable and I love it. But other than that, everything's brand new. So those are the old rotors, so I may switch this out for the new rotors because these rotors are quite old now. I am not a great bike build person when it comes to, I'm good at building bikes, not brilliant. I'm good at building bikes, but I am not good at filming myself building bikes. So we're not going to have a video of me swearing while I try and do internal hosing. Luckily, because it's SRAM AXS, I only have one cable which is going to have to go through there. That's why I've taken all of the other cables out, the cable guides out. You can see, thankfully, there are some cable guides here. The only cable I'm going to need to go through the frame is for the rear brake. That's the only cable that will go through there, and then the front brake cable will go through here and it comes out there. And yes, that shouldn't be too bad. I've got the SRAM bleed kit, so I've got all the stuff. So the first thing first, I'm going to crack on with getting the bottom bracket on and the crank set, the cassette and the chain, the rear mech. I'll get all those bits done first, then I'll do the fiddly handle, the fiddly gears stuff. Shouldn't be too difficult. Setting the gears up isn't going to be hard because I've done that before with the Hagar. But yeah, it's going to be fun doing the bleeding, which is a job I never enjoy, particularly with SRAM, because SRAM is a fiddly bleed job. But let's crack on.